watch TV?
Yeah.
You watch Game of Thrones?
No. Yeah, I don't like medieval time stuff.
What?
Like I can't do that. I don't like nothing about vampires. Like it's just so boring to me. Like I don't want to hear, Lord, if it be thou. Like
Girl.
I don't want to hear that.
Okay, Game of Thrones ain't that bad.
Yes, it is.
It's not that
I tried
bad.
watching it. It is. I don't want to hear nothing about Lord Arthur. Mm-mm.
Girl. Oh my
No,
God.
I can't even get into it. It's
It's too boring for me.
Yes.
I agree with the vampires.
Yeah,
But-
because that's just not even like entertaining at all. Like,
That's dang. I need my clients.
that's the only thing you be watching.
Girl, honestly, yes. I was just coming off a Suits binge, but now I'm like, okay, House of the Dragon finna come back on, so I gotta get right.
Mhm.
And so I started back watching Game of Thrones again because I watched it before. And I'm
Oh,
rewatching.
no, you're not one of those that watch a
Yeah.
show.
No, I can't watch
You
it
have to
over and over.
refresh yourself.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. And this is probably the only series I have ever done this with.
Gotcha.
Everything else, child, I'll pick up where I left off or give me a recap later. But
Yeah.
I just feel like everybody should be watching Game of Thrones so we can have our teams ready to go when it's time.
Our teens, that's too much.
I told my client, I said, I'm gonna do a giveaway if somebody can answer the Game of Thrones questions correctly. She was like, girl, I'd rather pay you.
Right, because at this point,
Here we go.
not any other show.
Like what? Cause ain't nothing really touching Game of Thrones.
So you don't watch like none of the 50 Cent shows? Like you don't
Oh,
watch
I
any
do.
of that?
I did watch Power.
Okay.
I watched BMF for a little bit, but then it started getting boring. And then,
boring.
girl, yeah, and then they ended up canceling Power.
Well, yeah, they're not canceling it. It's just they gonna probably branch off and do something else.
But we
'Cause-
don't want that.
Yeah, because they're gonna do like the backstory about like Tommy and Ghost, and I'm just like, ain't that what y'all supposed to include in Raising Kanan?
Basically.
But nah, they didn't. So
Yeah, I'm giving my eggs a little bit more to put my eggs in the basket with Game of Thrones. 50 Cent can't make up his mind which spinoff he want to give his most time to.
right. But guess what? We all gonna watch it though.
Okay, I ain't gonna lie. Look, Tariq got on there mad as hell talking about something. Yeah, we just found out they canceled our season, just like they did so and so. But it's good though, cause we was already making moves anyway. Listen, as long as Tasha come back and save her baby, I don't care what y'all do.
Yeah, I'm excited to see what they're gonna do because they split in his last season into like 2 parts.
Yeah. And I like Brayden. I don't know why people don't like Brayden.
Brandon cool. He done proved himself now.
Exactly. He's
At
more
first-
black than Tariq was.
That's what I'm saying. At first he was a little annoying, but
He be taking them L's for that friend. How you feel about Effie? Do you like Effie?
Ooh, I can't figure her out because at first I thought she was Noma's daughter because you know they always talk about like how she doesn't have a mom and like how she has a bad history with her mom and we don't know too much about her backstory. So it was weird to me how she like went in the room whenever in where's they in Paris or something when they went over there and she took a picture like of her, the dad and the daughter. And remember she told Tariq, she was like, I know where the daughter is, she goes to college just like us. So I'm like, are you her daughter? Because why are you so quick to like join sides with her? But then again, I'm like, no, I don't think so because they keep saying we're going to meet her mom this time around. So I don't know. I don't
think Effie is related to them, but I'm gonna tell you, I think Effie has a because that survival mode thing, you know what they say, like when you in survival mode, you only for yourself. And I think it just comes off like kind of confusing because you expect her to have loyalty to Tariq.
Well, no, I knew she wasn't gonna be loyal to him because she played him in high school. Remember, she snitched on him when he got caught with the drugs.
Because she wanted in.
Right, yeah. So.
But I don't know. I think I was expecting her to like find her loyalties within people that she felt like, you know.
Yeah, I think she loves Tariq, but she knows that like him and her being together is not good for neither one of them.
Basically,
honestly. So yeah, I think that's that. But I don't know what's up personally. But that's the only person we don't know nothing about at this point.
And how you feel about
Kane or Kane? Like as in Mary J. Blige's son? Okay. I like him. I always liked him from the beginning. I'm glad that they like gave him more scenes as time went on because I was so tired of seeing Booty Man. His brother. I know. Like I don't have nothing against it, but
I'm crying.
But I'm just like, can we like? I would rather look at Kane than Drew. Like,
girl, I ain't gonna lie. I like Drew. I like Drew. Yeah, I was gonna say I like Drew because he brings the family a little bit more emotional. You know,
but that's his downfall. He's too emotional. Like he acts on emotion all the time, and Kane always have to come save him.
Yeah, but I also think that because it's three of them, I feel like where one lacks, the other picks up. So even though Drew is very emotional, he to me handles business better than Kane. Kane want too much power. He just want the money. He want the
He just want to come in there and shoot up.
Yeah,
It's like,
so
you can talk it out.
Exactly.
Now Diana,
girl, she got me. She got me that last episode.
I like Diana, but she's sneaky as hell.
Very.
But I see, like, they raised her to be that way because they wanted her to be the golden child, and she's like, well, how am I gonna do that when I'm a part of this family too? Like,
right.
It just doesn't make sense. But the way she had got her mama together,
girl, when Diana tried to call off the hit, hold your earphone. When she tried to call off the hit, but Tasha came through and shot it up. I said,
yes.
I can't believe this. And then when they were acting like they didn't know what was going on until Diana and Drew told Kane that what was going on with Tariq.
And they trying to blame it on him, and Tariq didn't even do that.
But they don't know that Tariq's mama did it.
Right. So
I don't even know if Tariq know his mama did it.
No, he knew. Because remember when she drove past, he said, huh?
Oh, yeah.
So he knew.
Well, I'm not sure. I ain't gonna say that either then. I just know it wasn't me.
Right.
But I don't know. You planned that to take your mama out and girl.
But Monet is, I mean, she killed their daddy. So if she killed their daddy, her husband, then you know that she'd kill him if it come down to it.
And I was kind of thinking the same thing. I'm like, okay, so when Monet really find out that her kids set her up to die, is she gonna kill him?
Exactly.
Or she just gonna have to be like, you know what?
I think she gonna die.
Because at this point, she gonna be in a world by herself. Not that it scares Monet, in my opinion, but I feel like for what they're trying to do, she gonna need her family.
Yeah, and her only tactic is trying to bully them into like basically listening to her. But like everybody done with her now.
Yeah. Well, now they coming back. Now that she done got shot, almost died.
Yeah, I mean,
he's slanging for her.
They got to fake like they didn't do it at this point. At least Diana and Drew.
Well, they already told Kane. Remember?
Did they?
Yeah. Remember when they were sitting in the hospital at the end? And
no, they said Tariq did it. He don't know that they did it yet.
Oh yeah. You right.
Yeah, they blamed it on Tariq.
Yeah, you right.
And that's why he's armed to get this nigga. Like,
yeah, because they was trying to say Tariq was mad because of being
left out of the deal and everything.
I forgot about that. Now I'm gonna go back and watch that one too. But Lauren, how do you feel about that?
See, it's like they mirror like Ghost's life with Tariq because who do you think is his Tasha? I think Effie is his Tasha, if that makes sense, because she's the one that's the most savvy with like moving weight, so on and so forth. I think Lauren is his
Angela.
Yeah, his Angela, but ooh, I don't know now though because I don't know how she gonna spin it.
Right, because she basically finna get off, and they warned her like, you better let this nigga off.
Right. So
and she did. She went in that courtroom and was flipping a switch on them.
Yeah, and then I don't know what I think it's over with between him and Diana. That was just a short-lived thing. Yeah.
But I really wish we could have explored that more. I'm not gonna lie, because I like Diana. Well, I liked her before all this.
Not with Tariq.
I did.
It just didn't.
I did.
What would be the purpose though?
I felt like Tariq and Diana could have been Kingpin and Queenpin married. They could have been what Monet was trying to be with her husband.
I can see that. I can see that.
Because they were young. I mean, they were still young when they was doing it. They still had Monet's influence. Tariq basically still had Tasha's influence. They really could have made some shade. They could have did a whole run empire from there. But
shoot, who knows? That might be the spinoff.
Right.
But I don't think that would even make it because technically neither one of them wants to be in the life.
Yeah.
Like the whole goal is they want to get out of it, but they only do it because they have to.
Right. But you know, that's always the case for people that say, "Oh, I don't have no other choice." No, you have a choice. You just don't want to,
right,
take the L's that would come with making that choice.
Oh, how do you like the hair? Have you ever worked with this brand before?
But it feels good. I was
so it's actually my cousin's brand. So they got 2 locations in Detroit, and then they had one down here, but they closed it. But they're pretty popular. Like everybody on Love and Hip Hop be wearing their stuff, like Rashida, K Michelle.
Yeah,
shoot, some of everybody. Yeah.
I ain't mad at nobody from Detroit when they say some hair stuff, because we already know.
Yes, man.
The real hair came from Detroit. Yeah, it feel good. I ain't gonna lie, I be making me want to get some bundles, but I just know I'm not gonna keep them in.
I feel like, why? Just because you change your hairstyle up so much, or you
my head be itching.
I feel you.
My head be itching.
Oh my gosh, me and my homegirl was just talking about it. Why the hell does stitch braids itch so much?
Because the canacolon hair on your scalp. That hair be having fibers and stuff in it.
Yeah, I guess, because at first I was like, is it because like they part the hair like each time they're braiding it? I'm like, this shit itch.
It's the
But
type of hair.
how come it don't itch when you have box braids? I mean, not box braids or knotless braids.
Because it's not sitting on your scalp, so they
true,
feed
because
it.
they start. Okay. I'm like, this shit was itching. Like I literally had it done. I kept it in for maybe 4 days.
What?
Yes. I was like, I can't do this. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's me.
Because I was like, I'm gonna freaking damage my scalp.
Yeah, trying to pick through it.
Yeah, I'm over here patting it. It wasn't doing it. So I'm over here oiling it, moisturizing. I'm like, this is not working. So yeah, so I gotta take this out.
Yeah, girl, they get you. That's how they get you. All these styles be so cute until it's time to maintenance or actually freaking live with it. And now you like, oh, hold on, I can't reach my scalp. My head hurting. My head itching. What I'm gonna do? I be taking everything out. It don't ever last.
Yeah, no, I'm not one of the people that's gonna sit there and suffer. Like,
they never. They never gave that.
Money wasted. It's all right. It is okay.
I got my hair braided last year for business, and I went to the Africans, and I had my boyfriend pay for it. And girl took them braids out in no time. And I told him, I was like, I'm gonna try to keep these braids in for a minute. But girl, the way my hair was itching, I took them braids out.
What kind of braids was it?
Just some regular knotless braids. But my hair was
still itching.
Girl, my hair was itching so bad. And I'm like, I don't know what they did to my hair, what they probably put on my scalp, whatever. But I had to take them braids out. He was looking at me like, so that money just went to waste? No, they got worn for a few days. People saw me.
Yeah, guys don't be understanding.
But I literally cannot think if if something is uncomfortable on me, like.
Yeah, no, I need my sanity.
Okay.
Then you be out here looking like you dirty because you scratching your head. I'm like, no.
You know what? I ain't never looked at nobody and thought they was dirty because they was scratching their head.
Well.
But what you saying is facts because that's how people look at other people. But
yes.
I ain't never.
I mean, I think it's because we know, like, just because we get our hair done and you do hair, but other people, they be like, go wash your head. Like,
people are funny.
It's not that simple, but okay.
Right, if I shampoo this hair, I ain't gonna have no hair for the next 2 weeks.
Right.
I ain't gonna lie, I love being a black person. I remember on TikTok, they was talking about how black women be having all this maintenance and stuff that they have to pay for and that other races obviously don't understand. But to be honest with you, I feel like somebody should just create a course on how to be a black person, like at least a black woman. What it means to get our hair done, how we handle that, how you get your nails done.
Yeah. But see, the thing is though, like, if you talk to like white women and other races, sometimes they actually spend more on their hair than we do because they always be getting a little balayage and need to have they dye their hair and all this type of stuff, getting cuts and yeah, they like, oh yeah, I spent $500 at the salon, and I'm like, oh, and you still came out looking
Okay.
like that's it?
Really? I remember I interned with a lady. She was doing mostly Caucasian clients at the time. And girl, I was spending a bag on her, like $1,500. But they would be like, okay, I need to come see you 2 months in advance so I can get my consultation because I have to have my husband pay for her hair because I don't work. Girl, they get in there and be done spent $2,000. Yes. She done poured in the $1,500, but they was prepared. They already knew what it was.
Yeah. But then there's also like it's things that they do too that like we don't necessarily have to do. Like they be going to get tans and spray tans.
Oh, yeah, true.
Like we're born with one.
But I don't think nobody. Well, is any black people? Are there any black people that's doing that for free or for fun? Like not besides the like competition or whatever they want to do.
I don't really think so. Yeah, people might say like we don't need to. We're born with it.
Exactly. Like, but they be out here trying to put box braids and everything else in their hair. And it's just like.
And then, white women, they be extra hairy. So they be having to get, like, lasering, waxes, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So, I feel like even swap, even swindle.
Trade for trade.
Yeah, it's just like certain things that they have to do, we don't got to do. Certain things that we do, they don't have to do. But white girls really don't get their nails done. Like, if they do, it's just like they love that damn shellac. Shellac.
I remember when I was in high school, because I ain't really been around a lot of Caucasians enough to even be paying attention to them for real. But when I was in high school, because I went to high school with Caucasians, they would always do that solar French.
Oh, yes.
But the solar would be like deeper than that. Like that soap pink. And it's just like.
Yeah, and it looks very weird.
With that thick acrylic and that thick French line. Girl. And square too. Like, why would y'all do that to yourself? Right. Looking like somebody auntie.
Go ahead, round it out.
Okay.
Do something. It just be,
literally. The music kind of low because I'm on live. Sorry.
Oh no, you good.
I'm like, let me make sure I let you know because I don't want to be interrupted. Yeah, that's a lot of experience. And...
Yeah, let me not start saying nothing crazy too because I be talking.
Oh!
They're gonna be like, oh, that girl was on there talking crazy.
Okay. And look, that's when they be tuning in. Oh, I ain't gonna lie to you. When my clients be in here saying whatever's slipping out their mouth, they be in here like.
No, I don't have no tea. I'm
neither.
I guess what you would call a conspiracy theorist, but like not even. I just got common sense. So when's my birthday? Yeah. September 7th. So I'm a Virgo, and then a Pisces moon.
See, I don't know all that stuff.
Oh.
But I'm also a conspiracy theorist. But I got common sense too.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, it's not a conspiracy theory. It's like it's the truth that they're hiding from us. So it ain't no conspiracy. If you just tell the truth, then
I agree too. But see, I don't be trying to beef with people on the internet because I will really
I don't talk to people like about certain things. Like if I feel like not that I'm like by any means like the smartest person in the world because not claiming that, but some people I just be like, I'm sorry, like we can't have this conversation. You're not here with me.
Okay.
Yeah. We talking about something else, but just
I agree.
Yeah.
I absolutely agree. For me, I think one of the most recent conversations that I was trying to deep dive into and I had to realize, like, I think I'm good on having this conversation with anybody else is the whole Diddy stuff.
Yeah, so, all right, what's your opinion on it? I'll let you go.
Child, we knew I'm going to keep it basic because I'm on live. Yeah. But my opinion is we knew this man was a creep.
Yeah, from day one.
And quite frankly, I feel like if you were able to get bamboozled, you might be getting bamboozled in other areas in life.
Yeah, because I think my thing is the biggest thing that is probably society's downfall is thinking that celebrities are like any better than we are. They are probably more messed up. Not even probably, definitely more messed up. and have less freedom and control over their life than we do. All they have is money and materials, but it's like they don't even really have that because they don't own nothing.
Nope.
The labels own it.
And who are the labels owned by? Jews. So once again,
thank you.
Oppressed.
Thank you.
Period.
Thank
But
you.
when you start getting into all of that, they start looking at you like your head is not on the swivel. So I just be letting people talk. I said I'm good on this conversation from here on out because can't nobody convince me.
Yeah, like I mean, stop being so obsessed with celebrities.
Literally.
And then you wouldn't be so surprised, or you wouldn't be so, I don't believe that. Like, no, you can't put anything past anybody
At all. And I don't know if it's just me and just how I was raised. I've always looked at celebrities as strictly entertainment. So
that's what it is.
Basically,
we don't know these people from a can of paint for real. We don't know who they are behind the scenes. We just know their character. Like, think of them as a character, entertainment. Like, yeah, and it's cool to be like, I have a favorite singer. I have you know what I'm saying?
Right.
But to say, oh, you love this person, or
you finna go to war for this person, you over here doxing people for this person.
It's just like, for why? You know what I'm saying? Like, for what?
Yeah, this hair fire. I ain't gonna lie.
Yay.
I love the way it's pressing out right now. That made me go dye some bundles jet black and do a bust down.
Do it. And it wasn't even expensive in comparison to like other brands. Like for these 3 bundles, it was $360.
Oh wow.
Yeah, and it's I think it's Cambodian body wave.
Period. Yeah, I'm finna get braids though because I'm finna go out of town. But if I wasn't, girl, I'd be sitting down ordering somebody bundles right now.
And this shit fast too. Like literally, I ordered it probably on a Tuesday, and it was at the house by Thursday.
Period. Your cousin better be proud of you because you ain't asking for no discount and you shipping like a regular customer. Period.
Oh yeah, no, I'm not. I'm never one of those people. Like when it comes down to, I actually rather pay my own people more.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Because like I know what went into it.
Exactly.
And I mean,
but people don't think like that. You don't know.
And I wouldn't want nobody asking me for no discount on nothing either.
Girl.
Like, just because we family.
And dude, that'd be the first question. How much family discount do I get off? Excuse me?
Yeah.
Did we go to beauty school together?
Right. And shoot, my thing is like, I didn't put it on the business. They did that on their own.
Literally. And still trying to keep it afloat. So why do you think me giving you a discount is going to help me in any way, shape, form possible?
Right. Now, if they do, then okay, I accept it. But I'm not about to ask for it.
Yeah. I think it's, I don't know what it is. I don't know if, all those moons and stars got anything to do with the people using their brain, but I like you. Your brain work.
Thanks. But no, because it's just like my fiance has a clothing line, and it's like I watch people do that to him too. Like,
yes.
They be like, "Oh, can you pull up on me?" I be like, "Do H&M pull up on you?"
Cause what? Pull up. Since when did we
Fashion Nova pull up on you?
Okay.
No, the only person that's pulling up on you is FedEx or whoever courier because you done pay for shipping. But no, like order online.
Absolutely.
And pay full price. And tip. Like, you know what I'm saying? At that, for real. Because I guess my thing is nothing makes me more proud to see young black men and women just out here thriving. Because it's hard when it comes down to it. And we all, even though, like, and when I say the struggle, I'm not saying, like, from the hood. I'm just saying the struggle of being black in America. Right. Is what I'm saying. Like, that's something that, unfortunately, like, we all just have to deal with when it comes down to it. So if anybody had the, you know what I'm saying, had the courage to start a business and invest their money in it when you don't know if you're going to get a return or not, but you still keep going, like, that's player right there when it comes down to
it.
So.
Talk to the people. Tell them how to hustle because everybody be doing all this scamming and complaining now that the art of real hustle just is not there.
Yeah, I don't even understand why people thought that scamming is a hustle. Like, you're literally a thief. Like let's just call a thing a thing. Like, you're a thief.
Girl, and be stealing. But I don't know if you follow, because I think you say you was like barely in social media or whatever, right?
No, I be on there. Like, I know.
So you on Instagram?
Yeah.
You follow Gossip of the City?
No, so I don't follow like blogs or like celebrities like that. I only follow people I know. It's a few celebrities that I follow, but it's like my absolute favorites. Like, it's literally just like Brandy,
Okay, yeah,
Rihanna,
Brandy ain't
yeah.
listening to this, so let me tell you. Like,
Yeah. Okay.
so all these little fake influencers, and I say fake because you know they're not real influencers. They more like they probably hanging out with the influencers, or
Yeah.
you know they might be related or whatever, and you just know them. But girl, this blog page been exposing everybody for all the scamming that they doing. I mean, calling them out, tagging them, and everything, and everybody doing the same scam right now. So to me, it's just like, how are people still getting caught in scams? Like, what is it that you think you finna get out of this? Like, somebody was like, "Oh, I spent my last $200 and I can't feed my baby now because I thought this was legit."
Yeah.
Where in your mind?
Nah, what's crazy
Told
is,
you.
funny enough, so my Facebook got hacked a couple months ago, and I can't get back into it, but I wasn't even on it. I didn't use Facebook, honestly. I only kept it for the purpose of, like, just keeping up with family. But not even that. Like, I ain't had notifications on or anything. So with that, my cousin from Florida, which is like a distant cousin, she finally asked my brother for my phone number. So she called me and she like, "Why you take money from me on Facebook and then you block me?" And I was like, "Girl," I was like, "That's not me." Like, when it come down to it, I said, for one, I don't even be on Facebook. Secondly, I was like, you should have known. Like, I don't even bother people like that. Like, I don't talk to people like at all. Like, unless you in my tight circle. So I'm like, that was on you. You shouldn't have sent that money. And she was like, "Oh," she's like, "My bad." But then she was like, "Yeah, cause like it was weird, kind of how they was talking. It didn't really sound like you." But she was like,
and that wasn't enough red flag.
"Yeah." So I'm like, "Why did you do it?" She's like, "Girl, I just needed some money." And I'm like, "Well,
girl."
But yeah, and they were talking about like it was something like with stocks that they were trying to do, and I was like, no. And I was like, anybody who knows me, like, for one, you should just look at my page. Like, if you go back and saw that I hadn't posted anything since like 2012, honestly.
Girl, what?
And then I all of a sudden just started posting, talking about I'm buying houses, trucks off of stocks. Like, no.
Yeah, that sounds like somebody hacked you, boo.
Yeah, so I'm like, and then I was like, you just not reaching out to my brother or my mom, like, to ask and see before you even sent any money? Because anybody that knew me for real, they was like, "Oh yeah, I know that one. I wasn't, it wasn't you." And I'm like,
literally, girl, somebody tried to get my family like that. They got my aunt, like, and she was the only one. And I had, like, literally, as they were about to try to get my mama, because me and my mom she was texting me, like, "Why are you playing on my phone?" I'm like, "What are you talking about?" So she done sent me the whole screenshot. So now I'm mad, because I'm like, okay, who else are they doing this to? And then my aunt got $200 on my aunt. I'm trying to figure out, why would you send that? And the stories that they was saying, like, "Oh, me and my man broke up. I ain't got no money." I said, you know what? My issue isn't even the fact that you was thievery. You know?
Right.
My issue is the fact that you thought I was a bum.
Right.
Why would you consider me being a bum to get some money? Like, everybody know how I move with men. I ain't never needed a man for a dime. Why in the hell would you be out here trying to tell people that are supposed to know me?
Right, and my thing is, why are you sending money when you didn't have my phone number?
Girl.
Like, you didn't even have my phone number. So, me hitting you up on social media, like, why would you do that?
The brain.
Yeah, just wanted some money.
The brain. And I don't know. I don't know what else to do. Like,
yeah, but them scammers.
When do you find out, like, how to use your common sense? And I asked my client this yesterday. I'm like, she was like, it started at home, but, it's reinforced in school. I don't think it's starting at home no more, and I damn sure don't think it's being reinforced in school. So
I don't even, no, I think it just, unfortunately, it's either you're born with it or you're not.
Common sense?
Or, yeah, common sense. Or you really have to want to change your ways and learn and educate yourself so that you can adapt some common sense. But it don't start in the household, because, like, what do you say for people who grow up with, like, my mom is crazy, like, when it comes down to it, but I'm not, like, when it comes down, like, at the end of the day. So it's like sometimes you just are your own person when it comes down to it. But then, like I said, the other thing is you just want better for yourself, in other words. But most people are just fine with just being out here, man.
I'm not.
Just being out here for real. Like, they're just fine with it.
Like, you don't know this, but or you probably don't. You probably do. But the girl that was dancing at Mac, the Apple Store girl, she get on live every day begging for money. and you know, I can't even call her a scammer because at this point, everybody know you broke. Everybody know you finna cuss them out as soon as you get that dollar.
My thing
but why are we still sending her money?
My thing is, right, and sending her money for what? And then also, on her part, like, at this point, just, instead of just begging for money, like, just create some content that's actually worth getting some money. Like, use your brain. Or, I mean, shit, at this point, do it OnlyFans. But you don't have to do sexual stuff on there. Like, just have everybody thinking that's what you're doing, and then they
I don't think nobody would want to see her. Even as a joke, I wouldn't even.
You can't put it past. It's some, especially these dudes.
You right.
It's
right.
somebody that's gonna want to see, especially if they think that's what she doing.
Exactly.
But
right.
Yeah,
they did that to that the little albino girl.
Yes.
She got a big head.
Yes.
I like her. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Funny.
Yeah, she be talking some real. She just look a little different. Yeah. And I don't judge, but obviously she went viral yesterday. So people was in the comments like, cause she went viral for the question was, would you prefer like head or oral or sex or something? And she was like, I prefer the head. Everybody in the comments was like trying to dig on her like somebody effing that.
She not ugly.
I think she just has a disorder, but you know, people are just weird.
Yeah, no, I have cousins that are albinos. Like, yeah, they're regular. Like, I don't know why people be acting like they're not regular humans. Like, yeah.
That was eating her behind up listening. I said, oh. Y'all really hate people, don't y'all?
Yes, they do. And it's like, for what?
But somebody, like they said, somebody was having sex with her because how she know what head felt like to know that's what she like?
Because she a grown woman.
Exactly.
Like, at the end of the day, it doesn't matter what she look like.
Exactly.
So she, just because she has a skin disorder, she not supposed to have a love life?
Girl, let them tell her you supposed to die alone.
I guess.
Not me though. I say it's a lover out there for everybody. You just gotta find it.
Yeah.
Cause I done seen some people.
Yeah. Yeah.
That is so crazy.
And then, shoot, on that note, I'm scared of everybody that's born, to, like, let's say 2002 and up, cause child, like, what's wrong with them?
Yeah, they got a little disorder.
Yeah, they don't want to work. They don't want to listen to nobody.
They got terrible attitudes.
Horrible attitude.
No discipline, lack of self-control.
Yeah, all of that. Like, how they gonna function out here?
They not. And I'm gonna be honest,
I
that's
want
one
them
of
to be out here.
I was gonna say that's one of the reasons that I'm like, I ain't gonna lie. With all the presidential elections and politics and stuff going on, that's cool. But I don't think people realize the future of America. If this is our future, baby, I don't want to be here.
No,
I do not want to be here. I ain't gonna even lie to you. Like, that's one of the reasons that I am very adamant about getting my stuff together so I can go. Cause can you imagine working with them in the future? And they already on their own type of time?
I don't want to work with them. I don't want them working for me. Like, if I have something going on, like, because, I mean, we already the generation that's like, you know, fuck that job.
Right.
But at least we got common sense to know that bills gotta be paid. So you gotta do what you gotta do.
Right.
In the meantime, to get where you want to be.
Right.
They just want to be out here. Like, I think social media has really, like, got to them because they really just think that people just wake up and put on fly clothes and don't do nothing for a living. It's like, no, that's not it. You gotta do something. Nobody can live for free.
Right. I have a few teachers and it's so funny to me. They like, girl, my students don't want to do nothing but be a YouTuber.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, but even on YouTube, right? You got to count your money. You got to be able to read your analytics. You got to be able to convey with your audience. You have to not be offensive enough to create a platform that people gonna, rock with you on.
Exactly.
So how we plan on doing that if we can't even get through 5th grade algebra?
Yes. Did you see that? Granted, I think it was a series of TikToks, but I saw it on Twitter where this teacher was posting like assignments, and she was saying, guess what grade I teach? People were like, 1st grade, kindergarten, you know what I'm saying, like preschool, like so on and so forth. She was like, no, these are 8th grade students, and like they couldn't spell, they don't know how to like write, like it looks like chicken scratch. What? They don't know how to make complete sentences, and it's just because everything's instant gratification for them. Like me and my fiance were just having a conversation. I was like, you know what? I was like, the big difference between kids now and us growing up is if we wanted to know something, you either A, have to ask your parent, a family member, or, you know, friend of the family or your neighbors or to find out information. These kids these days can pick up a tablet and Google whatever the hell they want.
Right. And it's not always accurate information.
You know what I'm saying? But it's there at the touch of their fingertips. And they don't have to like write anymore because they type everything. Yeah. So it's just like these kids is slow.
But here's the tea. Even though they type everything, they still type slow. Yes. I remember back in school, if we learned when we were learning how to type, you had to be timed. Like you had to still know the keyboard. Yes. These kids don't know none of that. Nope. They don't care to either.
They don't care. And then it's like, do you blame the parents? Like, what? I don't know. What do you do?
I'm gonna always blame the parents. Yeah. And I'm gonna blame the parents. I'm gonna blame us. You know, it's so much that go into that. Like, but I definitely feel like starting at the home because your kid wouldn't be here without you.
Yeah, no, because honestly, the other day, I was also saying that it probably is the parents. The difference is like, I don't know about how you grew up, but for example, when I was in the car with my mama, it wasn't no cussing music being played. I had to listen to whatever she was listening to. The only time, now granted, that didn't stop me from knowing all the songs, you know what I'm saying? But I either had to listen to it on my own or with my older brother or cousins that, you know, were young and they listened to it too. Right. But these parents now, because of social media, everybody is trying to be so hip and relevant. You got parents that be having their kids in the back seat while they bumping Sexy Red.
Oh, and you know, that's the conversation I do want to hop in on because like, why would they hire Sexy Red to go to a school?
That's why I said, now come on. For one, why did the school think that was okay? And two, why did the parents sign off on that? Because correct me if I'm wrong. Normally, when it's an event like that, there's a permission slip that has to be signed for you to be able to even attend something
and that's
like
what
that.
it was when we was in school. No, I ain't gonna tell them what it is now.
I don't know what it is now.
Systems and leadership is core in multiple states. But yeah, we used to have to get signatures and all of that stuff.
Yeah,
but,
and I'm like, what can, like, Sexy Red not even like motivational? Like, what is she gonna even say to these kids that is of importance, honestly? And that's nothing against her. I mean, she fully knows what she's supposed to be doing. She chose her career and she chose her lane of what they force her to promote.
But so I was saying,
but what's she gonna say? I made it, you can make it too.
Basically, like they say to everybody else, they've been telling us that for years, so and it ain't that easy. But I did see a lot of people were like starting to come to the realization that there is a war on young black kids, like in America. And it's not like a deathly thing, but it's like a crash out kind of thing. It's like y'all are giving.
They want to lead you to the grave or the jail cell.
Yeah, they're only giving you platforms that end in failure, basically.
Yes. So where you are dependent upon the system.
Because there's no way Sexy Red should be appealing to no children. I'm 28, and me and Sexy Red, like, okay, I can hear you on the club, but after that, girl, turn around.
Yeah, like, you know what I'm saying? And granted, like, just because we have common sense and a mind of our own, like, we know that, okay, yeah, this is purely just shake it in the club music. Exactly. Like, you know what I'm saying? But if I'm riding in the car, like, I really am not, like, bumping her music, like, you know what I'm saying? Okay. Like, if it come on in the shuffle, okay, cool, but I don't have whole albums for Sexy Red. Like, it's one or two songs, and it's like, okay.
And I'm telling you, I gotta be in the mood. I have to be in the mood for Sexy Red. I'm not gonna be turning on Sexy Red just to be turning Sexy Red on. Like,
nah, because I don't even want to be repeating the stuff that she be saying
all the time, right? Especially out in public. Come on now, get these families out there. Yes. But I just think it's so crazy to me how that used to be stuff that we were taught. Like you have certain decency for the people around you. Mm-hmm. You are able to go out in public and be like, oh, turn that off. The old lady, she's standing right there. Now they don't care. They say screw that grandma and her grandkids.
Yes.
Which. Girl, at this point, I'll just be praying enough, like, God, I hope I don't ever have to encounter something like that, especially with my mama, because if, you disrespect them, and I'm like, hey, can you, like, turn that down? My mom got something going on, and you forget her, baby.
Yeah.
I know, as a young person, you thought that the world revolved around you, but it doesn't. So now we really finna get into it.
Yeah, and I mean, like, it's okay to let go, because I think where things got misconstrued is the fact that people are trying to get away from a lot of the trauma lessons is what I like to call it that we were taught, by the people in our family. But some things like morals and values and that kind of stuff, like, no, we're not doing away with that.
Right.
Now, the whole, how they be like, no shacking. Like, nah, the smartest thing you can do is live with your person.
Girl!
Before you decide to do something, because living with that is more of the relationship than just the love and whatever else you think is important. Can y'all manage a household? Can y'all manage y'all finances? Like, because that is what is going to carry y'all throughout the rest of your relationship. So why not do that? That's like buying a car and not taking it,
for a test drive,
and to the mechanic to make sure it ain't no hidden issues with it.
Yeah.
So some things, yes, we can let go that are of the past, but they don't let it all go, and it's just.
It's gonna be a wicked world.
Yeah.
Well, it already is, but I can't see it getting any better.
I just hope things continue to get exposed, like more and more, like leading back to the thing that we started our conversation with, the whole Diddy thing. Like, that is already opening up doors for a lot of other people to come out. Oh, did you watch Quiet on the Set? About Nickelodeon?
I did.
So yeah.
I didn't finish the last episode, but I did watch enough to know, like, it is.
I think I still have some more to finish too.
They did that. They did all of that.
Yeah, but even with that, I forget what her name is, but the black girl from All That, she was just on TikTok basically saying,
I saw Raquel.
Yeah, how they didn't invite her back for, I guess, like the after portion that they were going to do for it. And she was like, see, it's still the same old thing that's been happening to me ever since I was a kid in this industry.
Well, yeah, but I just think that, okay, you know what? I should save that one. Let me just say it like this.
Yeah.
When history has shown itself time and time again, no matter what, if you're not white, you ain't gonna get what you feel like you deserve. So why are we still complaining about it?
Yeah,
and we don't plan on making any changes.
Just bring awareness to it so that the next person doesn't fall into it, and those that do, they obviously made that choice on their own. Yeah,
that's kind of where I'm at with it. Like, and I feel that way mostly because of like everything that happened in politics, right? So like, granted, the system was built against us this whole time, but let's be very clear: we have had more than enough opportunities to really make some changes if we really wanted to see them. But sometimes we are our own worst enemy. We'll do more complaining than we will action.
All the time, we are our worst enemy. Like, people, honestly, I think the thing that people have the hardest time doing is looking in the mirror and really just evaluating yourself.
Because it takes a lot of courage to be able to say, you know what, I'm not perfect.
Yeah, I got some work to do.
Exactly.
But people they don't want better for themselves. That's what it just comes down to. Like, and at this point, it's no excuse because you can go on your phone and you can see better.
Literally.
You don't even have to go to a therapist. You can just watch certain things and learn from other people's stories, and that's a form of self-therapy. Yeah. But people just, I don't know, I guess they don't want to try. They don't think anything is wrong with them, and so if the individual is not going to change, then the masses can never make a change because it starts with the individual. Yeah.
And I feel like come on now, even look at Martin Luther King, and this is why I'm kind of like, I can't speak too deep into this because obviously I'm not like a historian or anything, but for me, we do know a few things. Like, we've had leaders in the past that have tried to speak up on our behalf, and we've had cities in the past that have tried to do the opposite of what we were supposed to be doing, quote unquote. But it was like we get scared too easy. Does that make sense?
Yeah, no, I get what you're saying, but it's just the more you learn that even the leaders that we had how can I put it this way? You don't get certain places without doing certain things.
Exactly.
And I'm just gonna leave it at that.
Exactly.
Without
No, I absolutely agree.
Yeah. So were they a leader at first? Yes, but by the end, no, they just wound up pushing the agenda that was coming from up here. In other words, and when you find that you yourself are a pawn in that situation and you try to go against the grain, then they take your ass off the map.
Right.
So I think that now that does create a valid fear, but it's like, because everybody keeps looking for the next leader, and it's like, no, like that's not it anymore. That worked back then.
Here's
we gotta find new ways.
I love having this conversation with you. You have no idea, girl. Here's T, right? So I completely understand that, but I don't know if we are also like remembering that the world is so much bigger than our own environments.
Yes.
AKA the USA.
Yes.
So if we know that, we're not getting fair treatment over here for all of these damn years, who was going to be the person to step up and be like, okay, we as a community, we are going to, and just enough, because in due time, I do feel like, if they start catching on to the fact that more African Americans are trying to lead the country, they're going to make it harder to get out of the country. But if you have a world in your fingertips, and this is the same world that we know of in religion as the one that God created, so why are we not taking those opportunities to advance ourselves outside of the situation? You see what I'm saying? And sometimes that's all you need is somebody to do it, to show you that it can be done, and then we can, hey, can I put you on to do this? But again, because like the agenda is so much against us, I don't even feel like we have the capacity to sit down in groups of ourselves without it being some ignorance going on.
Yeah. But see, now answering that, where do you go? Because
girl, Ireland, Brazil, everywhere. But
every other country is taught to be racist towards people of color.
That's true, but there are still countries that love us.
Yeah,
there are still countries that are
there's places for sure. Like there's some spots in Europe, like Australia is cool.
And remember, we were taught to think that the U.S. is a first world country. So the truth is, like, sometimes even in these third world countries, they don't even have what the U.S. has to be able to, move the racism the way the U.S. moved the racism. Because if that was the case, they would have did it to their own people.
Right.
But you always have a much smaller group than anything that happened with slavery. If we come in,
But then again, it's like, why, like, in a way, like, yes, leave, but then why would we leave? This is our land. Like, that whole coming on a boat from Africa shit, no, that's not true. That's not even feasible.
Right, we are natives to the land.
I don't even know why people thought that was possible. Like, you can't even take a cruise ship now, for real, from Africa to America. Like, with how technology, I mean, you can now because we're, boats are more equipped, but back then, a freaking wooden boat?
Okay, so this is the way
that's impossible.
Yeah, this is the way
that's not true at all. I don't even know why they thought they could pass that one.
This is, oh my God. Oh, Jesus. This is going to be an all-day conversation. I'm trying to figure out how to not deep dive into it but still, like, have a productive conversation. Because, it's crazy you said that. Me and my boyfriend were actually having this conversation the other day because I'd be reading my Bible and stuff, and I was just trying to figure out, like, the whole Ethiopia and Egypt and the whole New Israel and all of that stuff. And it's like we've been literally being stolen for centuries, all the way back to, Jesus' days or whatever. But it's like, why? Why is it always like people of darker skin or darker color that ends up oppressed? And because we, basically came from Egypt, Africa, whatever the case may be, or let's say our ancestors, because we're natives to this land. Because they came from, so far away and not by choice, I feel like that's why people feel like, this is all that we are supposed to know, or we can't go anywhere else, because they didn't have the opportunity to make that decision. It was made for them. But that don't mean you gotta stay here. That's how I feel about it. Like,
yeah, it's down to don't stay anywhere that you're not happy to be.
Absolutely. Or you are welcome. And I ain't saying that we have to leave the United States, because I'm with you on that. But I think for what has already happened in history, especially with like the Caucasians and how they have tried to make their race as superior, and at every chance, because they sit and hold all of these high position offices, it's going to be very hard to bring them down without somebody looking like them leading the pack.
Yeah, honestly, the best thing to do, but I just unfortunately don't believe it will happen just because we lack so much unity. Like, honestly, just imagine if for one day, if every person of color did not go to work or spend $1.
Okay, and we be trying.
That's the best way to hurt them, because we all know that they're money hungry. That's their thing. They'll rob, steal, kill, rape, and everything just for some money. Yep. So that's the only way you hurt them.
I agree. I absolutely agree. But you remember how every time it happened, you always got your group of black people over here that be like, I'm not doing that because da 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 da.
And I mean, that's fine. That's fine. But
so when we sit back in slavery looking at each other, let's make sure we put you on a docket list first. Like, what do you mean? There has to be change some way, and the only way to create change is to create change. So if you're telling me, oh, I want change, but you're not willing to be a part of the change, like, stop spending your money for a day. Start, putting money into these businesses that are in full on support of them and whatever they do.
Exactly.
But you're telling me you can't do it because you like Chick-fil-A and your baby like Chick-fil-A. Well, you better go home and make and ain't nothing against Chick-fil-A because I eat Chick-fil-A. I'm not gonna lie.
No, yeah, I eat it every now and then. But now, speaking of that, side note, so my homegirl, they just posted that Lunchables has like the highest like lead count in it. No. So she was like, oh my gosh, she was like, what I'm gonna feed my son now? Like, she was like, it's hard when you have a picky eater. And I was like, girl, your son ain't no picky eater. I was like, you just gave in to him only basically throwing a fit because you would rather have this. But I'm like, girl, you didn't grow up that way, neither did I. We ate what was on the damn table.
Okay, and if you didn't, you was going to be hungry.
You was going to be hungry, yeah. Or, now I had a choice to where, like, my family never made me, like, eat your whole plate. But I had a choice to, like, this is what is here. If you want to just eat sides only, or if you just want to have the meat only, or if you want to just, whatever, eat something, but don't be sitting up here talking about you hungry. So I'm like, people be acting like they kids are making the choices on the food that they eat when it's like, no, you're doing that. True. If you never introduce your baby to a Lunchable, they won't know nothing about no Lunchable. Exactly. Or if you know what I'm saying, if you early on introduce them to fruits, vegetables, and that's all they have a choice of eating.
But you want to know something?
They don't get with the program.
They gonna grow up and say, my mom oppressed us and my mom hated us because she made us eat vegetables. Like, I ain't gonna lie, we had our things in we had our things that we felt like our parents did wrong, which is why everybody is so, I'm a gentle parent, or I'm, trying to parent this way. Yeah. Which is a little bit more different than what us traditional black folks is used to. But still, I see it as them being able to grow up and say, oh, my mom hated us because she made us eat broccoli.
But my thing is now, like, I'll never, like, fault my family for just home cooked meals only. And granted, I grew up eating a little bit of a different food just because my entire mom's side of my family's from Belize, so I'm actually Afro-Latina if I have to racialize myself. But with that, yeah, like, going back at it, like, I definitely wish that I never started, like, eating fast food, like, once I got, like, in college, because I ended up gaining a whole bunch of weight, getting sick, like, having a whole bunch of issues going on. Me too. I'm sitting up here like, what the heck is going on? Yeah. And then I sat back and I'm like, girl, my whole life, I never ate fast food. Like, and if I did, it was just, like, on a special occasion, or I'm like at a cousin's house or something like that. Like, it wasn't even sweets in the household. And I don't have a sweet tooth to this day, and I'm thankful for that. Because a lot of people struggle, like, when it comes down to it. So, like, if I easily want to get back into shape, like, I recently just lost 30 pounds, and I did it, like, I barely exercise. Like, now I did just because I move a lot, like, at work in general, and then like, I have equipment at home, but most of it was literally just what I ate. Yeah. So it's I ain't gonna even lie, you are so right, because even as I think about it, like, me and my sister were raised by the same mom, obviously, but in a little bit of a different time. We got 6 years between us. My sister can eat ice cream every single day. My mom didn't play that with me. Like, girl, you ain't eating all of that. What? If you don't eat you some vegetables, right? So yeah, and it's like some things I'm thankful that like we did that, especially now seeing all the shit that's in the damn food. Like, and then I even told her, because I was like, at this point I was like, if he likes Lunchables, I'm like, you can make a healthy alternative. I was like, take your ass to Whole Foods, Trader Joe's, or whatever other because in Michigan it's another one. It's called like Bushes, which is like kind of it's basically like a Trader Joe's as well too. But I was like, all you need is crack. I was like, which one do he like? She's like, all of them. So I'm like, okay, all it is crackers, cheese,
literally,
and
you can make it yourself,
like little pepperonis and stuff like that. And I'm like, you can, instead of getting like regular sausage, get turkey as like an alternative or something.
But then it becomes like, oh, I don't have time for all of that.
And I'm like, you gotta make time. Unfortunately, like you have to.
Let me see what this person said. I forgot we was having this conversation online. What they say? I don't think you can make change in a short time one individual can affect with their cash, no matter how much you might have. I agree.
Yeah, it's not gonna be a quick change with that by any means, but it would definitely make an impact for where they would take the Black community serious. Because I think the thing is they know that we're so. Oh, like just everything has to be status. Everything has to be like, oh, I gotta wear this type of clothes, or I have
Kanye said it best.
Yeah, so I think they know that they have Black America by the balls.
Literally. So all you gotta do is splash a little gold in their face.
In order to shake it up a little bit. That's what I was saying, but not by any means. No, it's not gonna be like. Change is just gonna immediately like happen with that. Like, no, it's gonna take some time, but that'll definitely show that like we not playing around.
Yeah, but you know what? Ain't no but to it, because that's literally the only way that I feel like we haven't heard about in history that has made a difference.
Yeah.
Shoot. They fight back, they protest, they do everything else but stop spending their money.
Yeah.
And I ain't gonna lie, the only time it did make a really big difference was the bus boycott. Like,
yeah,
you had them ready to give us a few rights.
Yeah, but then again, it's like, all right. Next topic. How do you feel about segregation, like in desegregation, like? Because I feel like, yes, it was by any means we live better than our ancestors for sure. But to a certain extent,
you ask me, I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah.
I can't lie. That's a good question. I feel like we should have stayed segregated to advance us. I'm sorry. That's just my opinion. Because
I think Black people gave in just because, they was burning us down. They was, doing all that. So in order to preserve yourself, like, yeah, let's just give in. But with that, I think it was more of a detriment to our society because that definitely made us more dependent upon them.
Yes. And I feel like, and I was just actually reading up on this recently. Like, okay, so back in Atlanta when they were basically come on up to the right for me, when they were basically, like, Atlanta was a thriving city, with Black people, but, the white people didn't like that. Yeah. They didn't like that we had our own areas of town and our own status to the point where we did not need them. So, in my opinion, I just feel like the Blacks that were responsible, because you always have your elites.
Right.
I feel like the Blacks that were responsible at that point in time that was supposed to be speaking for the masses, I don't feel like they made the right decision because they were too busy trying to meet the white people where they were when they should have created their own lane to begin with anyway. And that probably would have solved the whole oppression for 500,000 years with America, because and I kind of have a problem with that even in entertainment. And I'm gonna give you a quick example: the whole Beyonce situation moving over to country music. You trying to prove to these people that you have what it takes to be in a lane that technically, yes, we did create, but at the same time they dominate. When you literally could have, you are superstar enough to have created your own new lane that could have been influenced from that you could have brought us into, and we don't have to compete with them in that position. Like, and that's what it's saying in the Bible. Because why am I trying to compete with you when God can create a whole lane for me and we can master this lane? And that whole compete and compare thing.
What did Beyonce really make that decision for herself to do that though?
That it sounds like that husband did it.
But thank you. That's what I'm saying.
But again, like even him as a Black man, they finding him in the same situation we did.
I'm about to say,
right.
Next.
Right, yeah, they finding him in the same situation we did. But even as a black man, even if we had to go from the start of your career, if you started out on the right track, you already knew, okay, this is what it's gonna take for me to get to. They're saying something. I gotta give me a second. You started out your career. You had a very big influence on this group of people or whatever, and let's be real. We all know you're going to have to do some sort of something to get your name to the higher heights. Okay, but when it starts getting out of hand, I would expect you to have some decorum. Have that good sense that your mama gave you to not be doing some of the stuff that you do. But because people are so money hungry and greedy and power hungry.
I think they be in too deep, though. Because
they are.
It gets to a certain point where you don't control your life no more.
Yeah.
And as much as you want to start to rebel, you can't. You stuck. It's in a never-ending contract at this point.
Well, there is culture in space, and they are to fight, and you are talking like it's the same fight. And they are to fight. Can you clarify? I'm a little confused.
Yeah, what did it say? I can't hear it.
It says, there is culture in space, and they are to fights, and you are talking like it's the same fight. So I'm trying. We talked about so much. I don't really know what you're talking about.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know what. Clarify for me, please. But yeah, anyway, so it's just a lot, which is why I be like, I have to be very careful about how deep you can go into that conversation, because it's so demonic.
It's multi-layered.
Yes.
It's things that, as much as we think we know, we can't even fathom what it truly is, because like we could say, like, back to the Diddy situation where a lot of people were saying, well, Cassie, why didn't you just leave? It's much deeper than that. It gets to a point where it's like, you can't. And the reasons of why you can't, I don't even want to know, because it's probably so barbaric, which they have hinted at it,
basically.
But you be stuck.
And you know what was crazy? Like, me and my other client was having this conversation about that whole issue, because Cassie would have still been in that situation if it had not been for that trainer. So I feel like sometimes you get like your people that can, hey, what are you doing? You realize like that's not normal. And if that man would have been on the same type of time that the rest of the trainers had been on that he had hired, or the rest of the time that Diddy had been on, or the rest of the time that Diddy was on when he had hired them, he would have fallen into the same. Cassie would have still been there.
Yeah. The only thing that might would have played in her favor is a lot of these NDAs are like now expiring.
Yeah.
So people can actually speak on what they were going through.
Let's see. The U.S. has had the rich or the places where the minimum age is a lot.
What is the comment?
Okay. The U.S. has the rich or the places where the minimum, places. The U.S. has the rich or the places, the riches or the places.
And the places.
Okay, yeah. I'm trying to put it together. Where the minimum wage is a lie, and places where it is nothing. Okay, and if you are at the top, all there is to fight for is culture. If you are not, you need to teach your kids to move where it is high. Teach your kids to move where the riches are high. In the places that's high? Is that what you're trying to say? Work to buy homes, rent them out. Oh, okay. See, now we coming together. Yes, you are absolutely right. Work to buy homes, then rent them out. Absolutely. Okay. I think that person on our side. I can't tell. Let me see what your leave I look like. Okay. A little bit more.
Okay, so the comment says,
take their cash and move back to where their world is. I would agree. You know what? If I think you saying what I think you saying, I agree. I feel like if there are places and take it from them and move there and control. I agree. I absolutely would agree with that. So basically, if I'm correct, or understanding this person correctly, they're basically saying like, all there is to fight for is culture. So wherever you are culturally from, whatever you want to say or call it, take your money over there. Invest in those markets instead of in these markets where you know that there is nothing but, or it's already controlled.
Gotcha. Okay, so yeah. Yes.
Which is basically what our parents, well, at least for me, my parents, they basically taught us that maybe not for another country, but in the USA. Like, okay, you're not going to try to build wealth in Kennesaw if you know you can get it on the South Side and take it to Kennesaw.
Yeah, yeah. That's a great point. Because honestly, yes, all we do, unfortunately, as a Black community, all we have is culture because we have no land, no resources, and no capital.
Absolutely.
So. Yeah, that is the main thing that needs to be built, but
we still gotta get there though. How we
we gotta get people on the mindset of basically telling them instead of when you get paid, instead of going and buying a Gucci bag, why don't you save that money and you know what I'm saying? Go buy you a rental property or something.
Okay.
Save that up, or not even. You don't even have to do a rental property because everybody's not meant to be an entrepreneur or hold assets, but invest it. Yep. In stock, get you a Roth IRA.
I was just
like do something with the money instead of
a high yield savings. Not a regular.
Yeah.
And that's another thing. And that's
we need financial literacy.
Very bad. And 21 Savage was supposed to be doing his whole like financial literacy campaign towards African Americans. I have not seen anything move off of that, and I know I signed up for it. But anyway,
he probably can. He probably can't. Like, cause that's the thing. Why I say like stop looking up to celebrities as a savior or looking to them for knowledge, because I'm pretty sure they definitely would want to go ahead and give back to the community a lot more and help spread the information that they have learned along the way. But they make it to where you can, because it's not meant for the masses to know this.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Okay. Go ahead and sit back for me. Do you want me to layer this hair up or?
Just a tad bit.
That's fine.
Yeah. And then if I want more next time, then we can chop it up a little bit more.
Of course, not a problem. But yeah, I mean, it's just, it's not as easy as we make it sound, obviously, but who knows what the future holds. Let me ask you this. Have you been like most other Americans with the whole presidential campaign, trying to figure out where you're going to live? Depending on who takes office next?
So, okay, first question is, are you voting this time around? Or just what do you think about politics in general? Because I'm just going to say shit is a joke.
Oh, it's absolutely a joke.
It's a joke because they're gonna pick who they want time and time again.
Yeah.
Politicians are ran by lobbyists and corporations that pay them to follow their agendas. And there's nothing that any of these politicians can do that actually is going to enforce or bring any type of positive change to anybody. Let's take race out of it. Like anybody.
Right.
It doesn't benefit anything but the corporations and those who have their hands in that pot. So the only reason why I'm not like just in a panic about like, oh, I need to move is just because at the end of the day, they're not going to waste or let what they have worked so hard for and build
so easy.
Yeah, buildings and businesses and everything that helps to create the wealth that they, profit off of. They're not just gonna let that go to ruins.
Well, no, but they also are not dividing it up amongst the people anymore. Now is, like you say, those major corporations. But the thing is, those major corporations aren't even from here. They're from other countries. So when you got them coming in, spending that kind of money, and they buying up the housing market like they are, and making it very much, harder for us to even acquire success and wealth, I feel like that's when it will. For them, it won't fall, but for us, it will. Because they'll already have those places taken care of. Like, they're trying to, minimize home ownership in the U.S., which is, technically, when we hear it, bad. But in their opinion, it's good because they already got these major corporations from other countries buying that stuff out.
Yeah. It's just like, because America has influenced so many other places. It's like I would hate for people to run somewhere and think they're avoiding something and end up either in the same situation or worse.
Well, so now, a lot of countries that are kind of picking up on what's going on in America and how everybody is pretty much on the same page of like, okay, if you plan on leaving, you should probably start preparing, right? They've been offering U.S. citizens like,
like money to come.
Money, business, land, affiliation, like whatever.
Which honestly, we should do that because when any other race comes over here, like not to be stereotypical by any means, precursor, but every other race gets something when they come over here. Asians get a nail salon or a beauty supply or a restaurant. Arabics get a gas station, a restaurant, or whatever else. Indians come over here, they're doctors and whatever. And yeah, everybody else has a lane that they fall into and receive some type of money except for the black people that built the damn country. So
so
I think it's time for us to definitely go ahead and take advantage of that.
Oh yeah, cause like I forgot where it was, but I seen a place recently, a country that had opened up their visa packets to people who were like what's the word, like okay, let me give you an example of one of the jobs. People that were skilled.
Okay, like as in like electrician.
Yeah, like you can build home. Yeah, you know that kind of a trade in our world. It's called a trade, but they were looking for people that were skilled, but they were also offering residencies and visas to Americans for coming because they see it. So I think, obviously if you plan on leaving, you should choose your country wisely. But
yeah, because you definitely don't want to run into language barrier or just honestly, America has put us so far behind because we're the only ones that like what is it, like we aren't on the metric system, like you know how everybody else is like meters and like all that kind of stuff when you do like miles. So a lot of stuff, it will be confusing, but I don't think that's true. If it's a better life, you can always learn. It's a challenge, you'll get used to it. And now we got English. Yeah, now we got technology, so eating.
Yes. I just growing out your scalp.
This my hair, what you talking about?
Period. Literally. This is why I love around here. It just blends so much better.
But not me and my gray hair.
Girl, pluck it. And keep pushing.
No, it grows back more. That's why I just leave it. Look, it's all the way down here. I just let it grow.
Are you gonna ever color?
Probably not. It is what it is.
You know, the older women, because I do a lot of older women, they see that little one gray hair girl, they about to flip. They're like, oh my God, I need to color. Next appointment, please.
Yeah, no, because my mom was that way, and like she colored her hair till it wasn't even no more hair. So I'm just like, it is what it is. Like, yeah.
I ain't gonna lie, I'm one of them. I'm a color. I'm gonna need that jet black for me, thank you.
And see, I'm just like, look, at least you know it's natural. At this point, at least you know.
Your hair blends so good with this hair. I got my contractor's license before COVID and was working building homes for a year. I want to build my own someday. You gonna do that? Yeah, you got that.
That's actually the smartest thing to do because once you buy the plot of land, you actually are the owner of that land. Whereas if you just buy a house, technically the bank and the government owns it. But if you buy your land and you build your house, that is 100% yours. So that's the smartest thing to do. And that's coming from a licensed realtor.
Period.
Because, yeah, that's what I want to do.
No, seriously. That's what my mom did. She bought her plot. She built her first house and then she ended up selling it like when COVID basically hit, girl.
And she probably got hand over fist for that.
Indeed. The girl been moving every year since. I'm like, can you slow down? Just once. Slow it down.
Yeah. But nah, shoot, if that's how you want to live, I think also the thing is, most importantly, is that everybody just needs to do what's best for them. Because like, you sit up here, you listen to all these people that's like on these podcasts, and they'll tell you, do this, do that, live this way, live that way. Nah, do what works best for you, because at the end of the day,
absolutely,
you have to make your own happiness. Like, when it comes down to it, and everything not for everybody. Like, everybody doesn't need to drive a G-Wagon. You know what I'm saying?
Like just like everybody don't need to buy a house. And I remember right
Yes.
before COVID, all that stuff started happening. Everybody was on this, oh, everybody need to buy a house kick because the rent too high. But that was when rent was not even that bad. It was very much more affordable. But because people was like, oh, well, you get more bang for your buck, and you know, you get to say you are an owner. If you are a single woman with no kids, no man, it probably wouldn't make the most sense.
The whole house and white picket fence thing is also kind of another tactic to forever keep people in debt.
Yeah.
Because I don't know, it's this Indian guy that I watch named Ramit. He has a podcast, and then he also has a show on Netflix that's called like, Why Am I Broke or something like that. And he's a millionaire. He don't own a house.
Yeah, same thing.
Because he's like, my lifestyle doesn't need that. Like when it comes down to it, and honestly, that is how people end up going into debt, like for real, because
you trying to keep up with the Joneses.
Yeah, you trying to keep up with the Joneses, and people telling you should buy a house when it's like no. And then people feel like, oh, I bought this house for $200,000 and I sold it for $400,000, and you thinking that you made $200,000.
No,
but no,
you still got fees to pay out.
Yeah, you really didn't. And maintenance on that home, you done spent $200 probably by the time, or sorry, not $200,000 by the time your house value goes up that way. Right. So
I agree.
Yeah, so if it works for you, and you know that, honestly, I would say don't buy a house for real unless you know it's gonna be your forever home. And if you do buy a house, strictly as an investment,
right,
and rent it out. That's the only time I advocate for buying. But for yourself,
yeah, I agree. Like, and I knew that when it was out there telling the people, because I'm like, even Grant Cardone, like, he was like, you know, I own properties all over the states or whatever, but I don't own a house.
But he said he want enough land so that he doesn't have to see his neighbors. Buying land actually isn't like that expensive, so to speak. Like, it is, but it isn't. You just have to know the area that you want to be in. But it sounds like you don't want to be by anybody, so actually buying land in the country is probably your cheaper alternative.
Yeah,
because you can get like an acre of land in the country is like maybe $150,000.
Yeah, you right. My parents went back to the country with no problem, and I kid you not, like, you can just really see the difference in the quality of life. Like, oh, you get to save most of your money. You're not putting it up in, you know, your house all the time, or you get to travel a little bit more often because you don't have to worry about paying this high rent. All right, you said curls, loose or tight?
Let's do in between.
Okay.
In between. So I guess tight.
There's a medium.
Yeah, and then like, but more with like the combed out look. If
Okay.
That makes sense.
Okay. I should have been doing this a long time.
Wow, Bree, my hair grew so much.
It did, girl. It's like magic.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm hating so hard though. Like, dang, I'm out here looking crazy. Her hair fires. I don't know what.
I thought that's the life of a stylist. So, like, honestly, if your hair is done, I don't want to come to you. I'm just playing.
No, that's facts though.
That means you got too much time on your hands. Yeah, that means you got too much time on your hands.
That's so funny, girl. And that the funniest part is, like, people really be genuine about that. Like,
yeah, and the only time I allow is if somebody else in the suite or the salon is doing your hair. Okay, but if you're doing it,
Period. Wow, what an interesting conversation. I love talking to people with common sense.
Yeah, it's so enlightful.
Yeah,
like, when it comes down to it,
right?
It's not irritating.
And this person joined in. Girl, this is the most somebody ever talked to me on this live. They do not be playing on YouTube. They be like coming in, but get real quiet. I'm like, I want to talk. Talk back to me.
Yeah, let's hear. Share her opinions.
I'm trying to think what else going on in the world. Did you see Donald Trump come to Atlanta and they talking about why did it take 12 workers to take one Chick-fil-A sandwich order?
Yeah, cause he ordered like 50 milkshakes or something, and then yeah, but see that be that type of stuff. Like, wow, that is funny, but it's still like we know what he's trying to do.
Exactly.
Like, you're just trying to secure your black vote.
Hey girl, the side of town he went on. Trust me.
Exactly.
He got it. He got it. Cause they don't have no.
Trump came to the hood.
Literally.
He one of us.
Baby, come on now. That was the funny thing. Like, it was people in his or in the comments on the video that I seen. They was trying to figure out why, and it's like you do realize like that Chick-fil-A specifically is on the way to the prison.
Right.
What else you thinking?
Yeah. People gotta wake up.
Got to.
But it's hard when you don't even know you sleep.
And that's how.
Like, cause that's why we stuck. Motherfuckers don't know. Sorry, bad language, but people don't know that they sleep.
But I don't know. I'm trying to remember. Was I always just this?
So this is the thing. I just said this to my fiance last night because we be talking about everything from the moon to the stars and the earth below. But I was like, because he had asked me something similar too. I think it was we were more so talking about just how you navigate your life as a person, so to speak. And I was like, this has always been like in us because you know you've had those thoughts like a long time ago, but you just never spoke on it because you didn't want people to be like, oh, you talking crazy.
True.
Or you just couldn't find someone else or another group talking about what you're talking about. But now that we do have such platforms to where people are able to bring up all different ideas, like now you can see things that affirm those thoughts that you had early on that you thought like, oh, like you knew you weren't crazy, you just knew that if you said it out loud other people would think so.
And don't that just make you feel like, well, I might be the smartest out of the bunch, but most of these other people are idiots.
Yeah, I'm a Virgo, so I already think other people dumb. So, like we got that bad. But anyways, yeah, no, but let me not even say dumb because I don't want to say dumb.
Just like
I'm just gonna say they're ignorant.
Yeah.
Because and ignorant not in like like acting a fool. Ignorant as in just like lack of knowledge. Yeah.
You are right. You are absolutely right. Because I remember something. Matter of fact, even the whole puppy situation, like. I remember, and that's how crazy that long this man has been doing the foolishness he's been doing. But anyway, I remember when I was younger, before I even knew who this man really was, I would just be seeing or hearing certain stuff. And I'm like, that doesn't sound like the most, promising or influential person or positively influential person. And I got online and started doing my own research, and that's when I really found out, like, oh, this man is crazy. And the way that people was responding to all of this stuff coming out as if he just was, oh, he was a light of gold. We can't believe this.
Who did he?
Yes.
Oh.
How?
No, because like this is the thing, right? It was like a question. I'm pretty sure it might have came up where everybody was like, if you were an artist, what label would you sign to? Bro, I said never Bad Boy. I'm like, you either end up dead or your career flop. No artist on Bad Boy has ever done any good. The only person who originally was like on Bad Boy that kind of did good was Mary J. Blige, and that's just because she got away like from it. It's like she got out of it like way early. But every other artist that was on Bad Boy, like even watching the whole Making the Band things, like to this day I still bump Day 26 because like they were such a good group and all those boys are talented. And then you wonder like, dang, like what happened to these people? And I'm like over here, I knew he was doing something. I'm like, he either A is sabotaging their career or like something ain't working out. So signing with Bad Boy is not the move.
Yeah.
I said I already signed a death row.
Girl, even with Tupac and Biggie, like the way they were saying that it was his fault that both of them died, come on now. I've always been one of those people that believe like if you didn't have nothing to do with it, your name shouldn't be nowhere near it.
Exactly.
It might not always be the full truth, but again, you have some play in it. Because ain't nobody finna just come out of the blue and say, oh, this person had something to do with something that they had no business around, wasn't probably even around. Like, you're not gonna tell me that. That's just crazy.
Exactly. Yeah, and then why is it that everybody around you is just either dead, broke, or they career flop?
Exactly.
Like,
all but you. You just keep advancing.
Right, and you the one that ain't got no talent for real. You can't sing, dance, or rap.
All you can do is press a button to make the engine go.
Right.
On that music.
He not even a producer for real. Like, Diddy don't be actually on the soundboard producing them tracks. He is just the label owner when it comes down to it.
Yeah. True.
Yeah, so like what is your purpose? Like, what was you there for anyway? Like,
we know now.
Yeah, like now we know, but yeah, it just never made sense to me. So even with that, or even just the weird stuff that he would make them do, like on the TV shows, or just the like people are just not bringing it back up. But I had been saw that video on YouTube when Justin Bieber was hanging out at his house for a couple of days, and I was like, that's suspicious. And then also, I don't understand. I guess people didn't read books or they weren't allowed to, but I'm like, nobody read Superhead book.
No, for real.
Like, she been said that, you know, she been exposed Usher and Diddy because she caught them in the room. Him and Andre Harrell, like, yeah, like she.
And look at how close they are now. Usher's career going up and Diddy going down, and Usher's still holding that man down.
Yes, but you can still tell when he talk about it, he get weirded out.
Hold on, our friend said.
Sorry, friend.
What you say? Well, okay. Well, watching you make her look so good keeps me making me think. Building takes time, and if you know where the pool would go, make an outdoor shower with cool cement work, and the girl that would use it and keep you going. Are you flirting with her?
Like, how could be? No, I'm over here trying to answer the. What? So, okay, I have to read what it says. Okay. Building takes time. If you know where the pool would go, make an outdoor shower with cool cement. Will cool cement work? And the girl that will use it and keep you going. I'm confused, Rick. Are you asking me like are you asking me like what materials to use to build something? Cause I mean that I know a little bit about the maintenance side, but
I think he might be asking you, are you going to be enjoying the out? I don't know. I don't want to put you out there like that, Rick. We was having a good time.
Yeah, I don't know what building takes time. If you know where the pool would go, like an outdoor shower with cool cement. No, I'm saying thinking too much, so quiet. So quiet? Sorry. I don't know what you're saying, right?
Are you telling us you were thinking too much, so you're gonna be quiet, or you want us to be quiet?
I think he's saying that what we're talking about let him think. He said, he said he was thinking.
Me. Oh, yeah. I love to pick people's brain cells. I want to see, just how advanced you can go at life, And if you learn something, by all means, you should absolutely apply it to life. If it's gonna make you better.
Yeah, that's what it's about. Honestly, just sharing information. Because I can't stand people that feel like gatekeeping is actually doing something for them. Like, why? Like, share information, because if you share, you might learn something too. You can learn from a dog, as the old folks say, when it comes down to it. So share information. That's not gonna take your spot. That's not gonna do anything. And honestly, the more people you have that's trying to do what you do actually benefits and helps you as well.
Right.
Because you can't just be the only one at the top.
But that's how people think. Oh, I want to be the only one at the top. And I know this specifically because I ain't gonna even lie. I reached out to this hairstylist to teach me how to do bobs like her. And like, girl, I'm finna pay you. It wouldn't be no different if I was somebody else on the street that wasn't, well, honestly, it was no different because I don't know this lady. I found her on Instagram. I liked her bobs. I DM her, hey, can you teach me how to do it? I don't mind paying you. I tell you what, she responded back to me, and then she went on my page and saw that I guess my bobs ain't already bad. So if I really learn, then I might be her competition.
I mean, was she in Georgia?
No.
Okay,
she wasn't even in freaking
so
Georgia.
That ain't even...
She did not respond back to me. And on top of that, she unfollowed me.
That's crazy.
I said, damn, like, I don't even think my box eat like that, but if you see the potential in my work more than me, to the point where you don't even want to teach me, maybe I should go teach myself. Indeed.
And that's insane. Yeah, she basically just take it as she said, oh no, she already out cold. So
yeah, basically that's how I had no other choice but to take it like
let
that.
me not teach her, but that's insane. Like y'all not even in the same state, so it's not even in the same market or anything or clientele.
And I kid you not, I am not one of those stylists that want to take this to the grave with them, do all the celebrities. So you can have all of that. I just wanted to know how to do a cute vibe. But
that's insane. Like, and my thing is also, I don't get why people like don't. The reason why we don't have unity is because nobody wants to be the number 2, number 3, or 4 or 5. Like honestly, if this was basketball, I don't want to be LeBron. Like I don't want all that pressure that LeBron got to deal with being the face of the franchise. Like, but I'd rather be on the team with LeBron because I know I'm probably coming home with a ring, or some wins. I was a part of it. Like, you know what I'm saying? At the end of the day,
LeBron got to make sure he cried at the end of the game. He got to show enough emotion. Like, it has to be
He got to be perfect. I don't. I just got to show up.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? I just got to show up, do what I do, and that's it. Like, I'm so cool with being the number 2, 3, 4. Like, because being the one, that's a heavy load. That's a huge responsibility.
Absolutely.
Which I don't shy away from it, but everybody not meant to be the number 1.
Exactly.
But it's so, like, you eat just as much being the number 2.
Girl, I couldn't fathom in my head what would make her, like, be like, oh, man, I'm not going to teach this girl how to do a bob like me so she can go out here and run a railway bob. Like, girl, I just want to do my clients. I promise you. Like, once I get my investments right, I'm done doing hair. So you ain't even got to worry about me for too much longer. Just teach me how to do the bob.
Yeah, and like I said, like, okay, even if that's what you thought, like, don't assume when it come down to it. Like, she could have easily just asked you, like, hey, what are your goals? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
but honestly,
just basically, like, how can I say it? Slyly pick your brain, like, you know what I'm saying, to see, because if she would have known that you like, hey, like, I just do this for the meantime, like, this is my vehicle to get me to the next stage of where I really want to be, then maybe she wouldn't have felt so threatened, like, because maybe she want to do hair for the rest of her life, which that's fine.
This industry and women are a little different. So even if I would have said that, it would have been like, oh, well, what's your next T? And where can I pick your brain to see where I can get in it? Because I ain't gonna lie, my stuff it's set, it's solid, it's ready to go. Anybody can do what I'm about to do, but you gotta also know, you gotta have a little more common sense than the average. And when I DM'd her, the fact that she didn't even know, like, she was like, oh, I don't know how to do any of that. So I literally could have taught you. You could have, resold the course or whatever for however much you wanted to, made your money, and I would have been out your hair. You would have never even heard from me again, because all I wanted to say was the vibe. But it was like, no.
See?
And I remember
her.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? She could have been making more money. But...
Exactly. Now I don't know what she's doing now. I don't know if she was able to figure it out on her own, because like I said, she unfollowed me, so I definitely hit it back. So okay. I don't know, but what I do know is, like, I remember another hairstylist in the industry, I seen her basically go through the same thing. She was trying to buy a class from somebody, and the lady basically went through her page, because it ain't no other reason why. When you're looking at all the other people that take classes with people like that, their work don't be hitting like that. Right. It'll be like, okay, I'm teaching you this, but you still gonna have to have some practice. And even if I teach you, it's gonna be something in my method that you might not agree with if you know your basis. The basis of what you're doing, right? But that's anybody that's a master at their job.
Right.
This lady reached out, tried to get the class or whatever, but she was also very much competition for this lady. So if she would have figured this out, it's like she already had the styling down, she just didn't have the technique. But this lady had the technique, she didn't have the styling. So if you have the styling and the technique, what you think that's gonna do? Put you at the front of the line for who can teach this class, or who feels strong enough to sell this course. She was not trying to take that competition. She didn't even respond back to the lady. She looked at her Instagram and saw that she had like a pretty good following, and that she did hair on a regular and was like straight overlooked her.
But see, that could have been a collab because you said one of them had the styling, one of them had the technique. So y'all could have did a joint, you know what I'm saying, to where one person teach the styling, one person teach
Girl, they don't be thinking like that. Everybody is so greedy.
Once people realize you eat more, like when it's a buffet,
right,
instead of a singular meal,
which is what's wrong with us. We just talked about this, right?
Yes,
that's literally it.
But side note, what is a edge control that you can use for straight hair that isn't sticky? Because like unpopular, like black girl opinion, I hate edge control because it's so,
I don't use edge control.
It's so sticky and just so But I do like want some baby hair. Like
I use hairspray.
Use hairspray.
Mm-hmm. Okay. A soft hairspray.
Okay.
I didn't see her Quickweaves. I thought it was her real hair. Looks so natural. I love it. Thank you. I'm sorry I look crazy. And I got 5%. So if my phone died, forgive me, y'all. But make sure y'all go subscribe and watch my videos. I'm trying to get my watch time up. But I appreciate that compliment. But yeah, I use light whole hairspray.
What brand?
I'm
gonna go to the beauty supply after this anyway because I need to get
try like a Paul Mitchell or or a Moroccan. I think depending on which one you go to. Which one you want to?
Probably Beauty Master.
Yeah, either Moroccan or Paul Mitchell.
Okay. And you like use it like daily or
no? Because I don't like my hair polished. To be honest with you,
okay.
I only polish my clients. I like my hair to look natural, so I'll probably lay it down the first day, and then after that, I just brush it back. Yeah. But now, if you want your edges to be like an everyday kind of thing, you would have to like just kind of touch up on them maybe every 2 days or so.
Okay. Because
it's a hairspray, it's not like a gel or anything.
Gotcha. Yeah, because that's what I was thinking about. Because like when I have braids and stuff, like my hair is already curly, so I really don't have to do my edges for real. Like I would just use this like moisturizing spray from TGIN. It's like the rose water spray, and like I would just spray that on there, hit it with the little brush, and they just do what they do. But I was like, I need to find an alternative because I can't put something that's water based on my hair while it's straightening. Right. So yeah, I'm gonna try the hairspray. So thank you. Cause yeah, I do not like edge control. Like even when I get like braids and stuff done, like I don't like the molding gel. It be making me just feel so like a grease ball.
Right.
I don't like that.
Yeah, me neither. Y'all whole forehead be greasy. Y'all for a little bit of edge control.
Yeah. And they be like, okay, let's take pictures. I'm like, let me go to the bathroom first. Right. Because let me wipe all this off my face.
Somebody is acting like it's summertime outside already. Music bumping.
Right.
Oh God, black people would have killed to have their own, or in their own communities. Like,
will we even thrive in our own community? I feel like
we did. Look at Lake Lanier. We was thriving in, and then they freaking flooded us.
Well, with today's people is what I'm saying. Because I feel like this is a bad thing. Like, I feel like we should definitely have our own area as black people, but I still feel like even within
separate.
Yes, like even within it, like, cause and it's not even that. It's just like some people prefer to be around like-minded people. Yeah. So if you want to bump your music, then y'all need to live in this something. Right. Don't bring that loud shit over
here. I got a baby in the house. Like, what are you doing?
Like, yeah, like, and there's nothing wrong with what you want to do. I'm not down you or anything. Just do that over there where they doing that too.
I ain't gonna lie to you. Like, I don't know. I can't stand it as I get older. When I was younger, I would be like, oh, that's so, like, entertaining. Y'all are bumping y'all music so loud. Now it's like, have some class. Can you respect other people's places and spaces as well? Like, we don't want to hear y'all music.
My thing is just like, okay, I feel like it's certain times a day you listen to loud music. True. Why is it 8 o'clock in the morning and we at the stoplight and your trunk is rattling? Like, why do you even want to, like, you don't want to sit quiet? You don't want to be with your thoughts in the morning time?
Girl, no. And that's why people, what did I say? How much fun you had if you had the space to build more than one home and use the other to invite people online, you think they are fun to stay in it? Well, I don't think I would just be inviting nobody to my house. I would probably do an Airbnb because you're going to have to pay me regardless. And I don't make friends online so easily because you can't trust everybody online.
True, you can't trust somebody in person.
You're right. Right. I can't trust you in my face.
Exactly.
But I see what you're saying. That wouldn't be a bad idea. People do that all the time, like buy multiple homes on land, stay in one and rent the other one out.
Yeah, I mean, people do that too, where they buy like a duplex and they live in one side and the other side. And I mean, like that's fine. Like for example, my father-in-law has a really big house in Georgia, and he rents the basement out. Because it's like pretty much a whole like in-law suite is what you would call it. But I mean, he's a man. He live by himself. He got his protection. He blocks it off from the rest of the house. So if that works for you, that works. But
I feel like
it's whatever you're comfortable with.
I ain't gonna lie. I feel like well, if you have rentals where the price is high, how much would you need?
If you have rentals on
at the point you go find them or you invite them to come to you?
Just depends on what you're comfortable with. Like if you know somebody that's in need of, like, let's say it's a family member or a friend, you know what I'm saying, that would rather rent from you, then that works. Or if you're just cool with putting it on, a multiple listing service like a Zillow, Georgia MLS, Trulia, whatever. Like if you're cool with putting that on there, then that's fine. But I think once you open it up to the public, then you definitely need to have some type of platform in place where you're doing a background check, a credit check, so on and so forth, just for the safety of yourself as well as your investment.
Yeah.
But you can't just have any and everybody living in your stuff.
Basically. So typically for a lot of websites that you have to book through, if you plan on putting your house up, they will promote the property if it's like, in a price range of whoever is looking in that area. Are you looking to like have it booked immediately or a certain way or?
Yeah, or there's also, you can work with a management company as well if you want to be a little bit more hands off.
Yeah.
Now there is a percentage that they take based on whichever package you go with. And what I mean by packages, if you want them to include like like lawn care services and trash and all that kind of stuff. But
oh, you talking about squatters? He talking about squatters.
Oh.
That would depend on what state you in. That just depends on what state you are in, because some people have more strict squatter laws, and some people don't.
And it's also, it takes a while for somebody to actually be able to live in your property. Like for most places for squatters laws, like you at least have to not be paying attention or coming out to your property for at least like 3 to 5 years in order for them to have squatters rights. So it takes a really long time for them to be able to like actually take possession or have a right to stay in your rental property. Otherwise, you just call police, get them out.
Yeah, and if you do like an Airbnb or something, if we still on the same line of subject, if you're doing like an Airbnb or something and it's a short-term rental, you can determine how long you want people to stay. So if you live in a state that after a month or 2 months they become squatters if they don't get out or whatever, you can only only do the booking for 2 months or however many days, months, weeks, whatever, to make sure that doesn't happen. But again, that just depends on where you live. We are almost done. I got one more piece to curl.
Do you have clients that be like, are you almost done?
No.
Oh, okay.
Because you don't be asking me no questions now. They might ask how long is this gonna take, because they might have something else to do, or how much longer. But
well, they should answer that. You clearly have on your booking site.
Yeah, but girl, some people be coming in with hair triple what is on my booking site.
Yeah, I don't understand how people don't follow directions either.
They never did. Literally, in elementary school, all the way up.
Yeah, I don't know why people feel like they can just do what they want to do. Then get mad when you be like, no, it's extra. Literally. Just time is money.
Okay, like, do you really think I want to be here all day? Come on now.
Right.
I want to go live life too.
Yeah, you got other stuff to do.
Yeah, no, my plans don't really give me no trouble for real like that.
That's good. That's good. I feel like it's really like, I don't think that really happens. Yes. Ooh la la.
Do you want like me to lay your edges down today?
Nah, it's okay. Yeah.
You're like a Barbie doll.
Oh, thank you.
Make sure you can put it up in a ponytail. Yeah, her ponytail is fire. Yeah, that looks good. Okay.
Have you used the heatless curlers before? You know, the little like headband thing.
No, but I've seen people use it. And
Oh, cause that's what I was gonna try to do with this.
Yeah, I think you should.
Yeah.
I absolutely think you should. How often you be pressing your hair?
This the first time since the last time you straightened it.
Oh my god.
Yes. So yeah, that was like a year and a half ago. Yeah.
Okay, so FYI, your leave out is gonna be your biggest
Yeah.
It's gonna poof up. But just put some humidity spray on. I'm gonna seal you down with some before you go to that. But
Okay.
if it ever get a little too poofy, just spray and go with that. Here's mine.
But even though I don't straighten it often, like last time you did it, it ain't even poop, and it was summertime.
Oh yeah?
Okay,
I can't guarantee every time, so I be trying to make sure I get it in.
No promises.
Right. Okay. Alright, y'all. Here she is. Jade, this is my first time to your channel. I really enjoyed the conversation, and your clients here turned out beautiful. Yes, please check out my other videos. I really appreciate it. You are good to go, girl.
Yay! Thank you.
Okay.
I feel grown now.
Right. And my YouTube like you, so we're gonna have to.
Hey y'all, I'll be back.
Right.
I'll be back probably next month. Yes.
Now I'm all hungry. I need to go find me something to eat for lunch or dinner.
You take Connor, right?
Absolutely. All right. Do I have a chip on that?
Yeah. Okay.
All right, y'all. We out of here for real now.